Hi, everybody. Welcome to All About the Joy. I'm so glad to be back. Hi, Rick Costa. I missed you.
Hola, Mr.
And
Two.
Tony, welcome to the show officially. So glad to have you here. You know, Ted Hicks sent me a text today that he's upset that you're moonlighting on All About the Joy. Officially, Tony will be on the show did we say fourth Thursday of the month, right? Okay, wait. All right. So I'm a little off because I was out last week. And let me just tell everybody where I was. I went home to Patty Ann Wernig, I guess is her married name, but I've always known her as Patty Ann Martin, passed away. Mary and Joanne's older sister. Their parents are my godparents. I grew up with them. They're my family. I love them. And she passed away unexpectedly. And so I went home last week. And I have to say, one of the most amazing things that happened was they had the memorial service. And then afterwards, they had this hall that they rented out and there was all this food. And then there was a bar and there was this whole celebration of her life. So I'm like drinking wine coolers or whatever. And at one point, I see all the nieces and nephews and they're all singing and they're just singing all these old school songs that were Patty's favorites, right? At one point, I looked over and I saw this other generation of kids just absolutely singing and enjoying and loving on all this old school music from our day in honor of their auntie. And it was like, it almost felt like surreal in a way. And so I really loved seeing everyone. And I want to give a shout out to all the kids, but I want to give a shout out to a few people. So Casey Stratton, I know you watching, so thank you. I miss you, sweet love. And then there's Brendan, Samantha, Ari, Kirsten, Jonathan, Trevor. I want to say hi to Linda and Lisa and Lori. These are people who watch the show, and I didn't know that. And Sally, hi. And then, of course, to Greg and Ricky and Mary and Joanne. So I just want to give my love to all of them. It was nice to be home with family. By the way, I'm not from New Hampshire, but when I say home, I mean with people you love. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was nice to be around all them. So, yeah. Okay, so now what I would like to do, which I was going to do first, but you were so busy, I wanted to talk to Tony. I know people have seen you on the show, but we've never kind of talked about where you're from, what you do, what you love. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm going to preface this by telling you that you and I did this 2 years ago, and I know you can't find it. So I don't mind running through it again.
What are we talking about? This is a whole other group of people. What are we talking about?
It is fun. I'm going to do that. No, I'm going to do that for you because this is fun. For those of you out there who do not know me, I am a retired Air National Guardsman. I was an aircraft mechanic on F-16s in the military for 20 years. I'm currently a civil service aircraft mechanic. I work on F-15s. As a civilian, not military, but as a civilian on a military installation. So a lot of times when I try to reserve comments or reserve actions, it's because of where I'm at in life compared to where I could be if I didn't do right in the first damn place. Some of you may want to follow that example. Recently divorced as of December last year. I'm a father of 2 boys and a stepfather of a stepdaughter. My stepdaughter.
Okay, back up right there. Back up right there. So Rick, the other day, Tony and I were talking, and he said he had. The only kid I knew is Jason. How old is Jason? Mm-hmm. Jason's how old? 11? 9?
9. Mm-hmm.
9. Okay. And he's talking about did you know he had another son? He had 2 other children?
I know about the other son that was living with him for a while.
Okay. He said that I should have known that he told me before. I do not remember this at all. I would have remembered. That would have made you a much more substantive human being. To me.
You knew.
I did not
you
know.
Forgot
Why?
What you did.
I did not know this. Okay, anyways, go ahead. This is going to last. Ted Hicks, if you're watching, you can have your man back. We ain't going to get on my every nerve on this.
She ain't ready.
I am not ready for this mess. No. Anyways, okay, so you have 3 kids. 3.
I have my stepdaughter's 25. She just had a baby, so I'm a step-grandfather as well. My oldest son is my oldest son is 22. He's a college graduate. He graduated in film production about 2 years ago. And my baby boy is 9.
Wow. Well, congratulations on being a granddad.
Well, thank you. To
your other 2 new children I knew nothing about. So
Did it make you feel old when you found out you were a grandpa? Did you feel older?
At my age, technically, no. It is a trip. It is a trip realizing that I'm somewhat of, and I say somewhat of a grandfather because she knows her real dad and he's there. I was just a stepfather.
Right.
So I would say I got a step grandbaby. I don't try to jump in, but she did come by. I did see him hold her for a little bit, and the family's there. I'm gonna be there regardless. So that's just how it is. So we keep it close knit. We keep it tight, and she's always been appreciative of me. So I'm always gonna look out for her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been. I didn't know you were divorced almost a year ago. Okay, I knew you were in the process.
I was in the process 2 years ago. It got finalized last year, and it's been messing me up. I'm not gonna lie. I tell people a lot. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's finalized, but I'll be damned if it didn't have an impact. I'll be damned if it didn't bother me. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say that it had me messed up here. I got to change my mindset back to not being married anymore. It takes a lot to put your mind there in the first place, especially when you want to be there. So when it's over, it kind of throws you backwards. And for a lot of people who have been divorced, I understand what they went through now. Until you go through this, you can't relate. And I'll tell anybody that this was when you want to be there and it doesn't work. This is deeper than losing the job. This is deeper than, I want to say, losing personal possessions. You actually do kind of lose somebody in your life and what you had and what you established, what you put down, all of that.
Okay, can I ask a question? Is this because you're still in love with your ex-wife, or you're just saying marriage as an institution you liked, or is it the person you're missing, or is that too personal? I don't know.
It's a little bit of all of it. I'll be honest. It's a little bit of all of it.
Used to, they become a part of your identity, and it's been like that for so long that it's like a part of you feels like missing now. And when you have kids on top of that, then it's even more of a connection, which can never go away. Like if you don't have kids, like you didn't have kids, Corbin. So for you, you could just be like, cut off, we're done. But when you got kids, there is no cutting off the connection.
That's the best way for me to describe it to a lot of people. And Cynthia, I see what you're saying. Technically and biologically, his grandfather still exists and his grandfather is still there. That's why I say step grandfather on purpose. I'm not going to step on her dad. I never tried to do that, ever. And he knows that. Me and him are actually cool from that, because some dudes come in and be like, you ain't the father no more. That's my baby. I never did anything. I hate when dudes do that shit. I can't stand it.
Right.
It's blatantly disrespectful to the parent who is still in the life. And as somebody who
it's also bad for the kids.
Son, it's a mind game on the kids.
Yeah.
You don't disrespect the biological parents when they're still around, even if they're gone for a minute and they come through. When her dad would come around, I'm like, I'll take you to him. There ain't no problem. And he already knew. He had reservations about me, and I don't blame him. I don't, because you don't trust nobody around your child. You ain't supposed to. But I was always like, you'll see over time. It's not a problem. Her family was kind of but as they grew to know me and they saw how comfortable she was and they realized I wasn't an issue, they don't have a problem with me. That's the best thing about it.
So Cynthia said, I understand, but it's still your grandbaby. And then Chris just said, and our spirit seeks for that perfect love that God showed us from our beginning. It's devastating to be hurt. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
You will realize people that you've hurt over time when you go through something like this. I've actually apologized to people for ways that I've been based on what I was going through, how much of an effect it had on me. I admit that. I don't wish this on anybody.
But are you saying, so I guess I'm still trying to understand. And again, I mean, Rick, you're right. I don't have children. I also think there was no anger in our divorce. It was kind of like we could just tell it was done. You know what I mean? Like, yes. So we both needed to move away. So it was a little bit different. I guess my question is, and this, again, anything you don't want to talk about, you don't have to talk about, you know?
Sure.
But
sure. Mm-hmm.
And we can just cut it off. But my question is, are you still in love with your ex-wife, or is it the institution of marriage that you're talking about? You said it's a little bit of all of it, but it sounds like
we're done. I'll be honest, we're done.
Okay.
We're going to be there for our son, but we're done. Am I going to lie and be like, I'm not going to have an issue if she moves on? I'm not going to lie like that. I can't, because somebody's going to say something stupid.
Are you moving on? Like, are you dating? I'm
not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. I don't go anywhere. All I do is go to work, come home. I don't feel like it. I really don't.
Okay, that was my question. Are you able to move on and think about dating other people? Yes. Okay. I'm just trying to understand where your head's at when it comes to your ex-wife. Because what was coming across was that you were still in love with her. But it's good that you said, no, we're done.
I could tell you that I meant what I did when I married her. And that's the part I got to get over. So for people out there who have any confusion, let me be clear. When I went to go say I do, I meant that shit. When I went to work and came home and had nothing to worry about, I meant that shit.
We can change the subject. Well, I got a long list.
No, come on.
I didn't mean to get into this. I was just part of getting to know you. But we can move into the whole Chandler Bing friends situation if you'd like.
Random Rick was here.
Hi, Random Rick. How are you?
You can ask.
No, I think it was interesting because I just know that Carmen knows all about your situation. This is such BS and it's not cool. What?
Glick, I'm not busted at all. Carmen, you can keep asking.
I'm confused. What is happening? I know your situation. Boy, this is one of the reasons why I didn't want you on the show, right? It's because all the people you seem to bring with you that seem to always have negative issues or whatever. So I don't even know what to say now. We're going to change the subject because I am not in the mood.
You can keep asking.
Oh, no. I do have to because my show isn't going to be a rehash of crap from people who are just a little silly.
Do you want to hear about how somebody flirted with me on the phone?
Who flirted with you on the phone? You mean from work?
Work.
Okay, wait. Were you on a Zoom call or was
no?
It
was a call. Yeah. So our company moved buildings, and this new city is called Mount Dora. So I have to call all these people and say, "We've moved addresses. Can you update your system?" Blah blah blah.
Right.
And so this one girl, she just seemed really friendly as it is anyway. So I was like, "All right, I'll give back to you what you give back to me." And then. So I'm telling her Mount Dora. I was like, Dora, like Dora, like Dora the Explorer. And she goes, "Oh, I was just thinking about that. That's so funny." I was like, "I know. I feel like saying I should say something in Spanish. Can you say blah, blah, blah?" And she says, "You can go ahead and say something in Spanish." I said, "Oh, okay."
Wait a minute. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here.
I don't know. It was weird.
Was it weird or were you interested?
I mean, it's not like anything will happen. It's a phone call. I mean, come on, she's in Florida.
Hey, clearly
it's just
things happen over anything.
It's just a phone.
It was just funny. It made me laugh. She said, "Hey, you could say something in Spanish to me." I said, "Oh, okay."
I'm so sorry.
I was like, "What should I say?" Dios mío, I don't know.
Okay, wait. So do you know this person now? Like, do you have
No.
Okay. All right, well. It's not fun if it's not going to go somewhere.
I just thought it was very funny.
Well, and it was a good try to change the subject, but we're going to have to go back to Tony. Tony, you cool?
Ask away. I'm great. Ask away.
I know. No, it's so weird because it's interesting to talk to you and get to know you, but what's not interesting is having to deal with all the people that you bring to the table when
which is what I've been told more.
Some of them are cool, some of them are cool, and then some people act stupid. It's just I feel like this is always going to be an issue if I have you on the show. We can't just have this was kind of a cool conversation, right? About you and your relationship, and now it got cut off because somehow we can't talk about it because you're going to have people in the comments being ridiculous.
I don't let things like that stop me. Now, mind you, when I first started live streaming with people, I used to see folks go through it all the time. It's nothing. Right. They always go through it. Matter of fact, for a lot of people who were on Periscope, you always saw somebody coming in and saying something. All you got to do is keep it going. You can respond to it, but never let them stop your flow and never let that topic issue.
Well, this isn't about me, Tony. This isn't. Listen. There's a quality.
I'm not saying you.
No, but I'm saying there's a quality and kind of show that's kind of fun. This is all about the joy, and some motherfucking people in the comments don't understand what that means, right? So we're having this nice flow and conversation about your life that might be able to help other people, or you're getting deep about talking about some stuff. And what I don't like is this constant, and I'm going to say it, this is what I hated about Haps and the people on Haps. Like, I don't care if I never see a motherfucking other person from Haps ever again in my fucking life. because it's such negativity. It is such anger and sadness, and everybody else is about gossip and about tearing people down. And even when you try to be nice to people, they still need to be a bitch. Hi, Chris. You're wise in the way of people.
Shadow, what's good?
Shadow. Who's the
I don't know if
shadow?
she's talking to me or you. I don't know. It might be Bobby. I don't know if she's talking to me or you.
I'm sorry I'm getting upset. Look, the reason why I'm getting upset is because the people that just kind of stopped our flow are people who know better. And they're people I don't want near my show, but they choose to be here and they choose to listen and they choose to be negative human beings who are constantly trying to bring people down instead of lifting people up. And the interesting part about it is that they're always going after people who want nothing to do with them. So that's why I'm upset and I'm so not in the mood. I thought what you were talking about was great. And again, anything you don't want to talk about personal is always your choice. And I actually don't know everything. Even if I did know everything, there are people who watch the show who don't know you and might learn something. And I think that's the other part of this that makes me crazy. It's like, if you are somebody who's a live streamer, if you are somebody who's a performer who does a show, you understand that when you are talking to people, you are Helen, get the fuck off my show, bitch. I'm so over you. I'm over you. You need to let shit go. My God, you are annoying. You are so annoying. And now I'm going to attempt to block your fucking ass. You are one of the strangest people I have ever met in my entire motherfucking life. Like, you actually have me having more feelings for somebody. Yes, I am two-faced. Yes, if that makes you feel better. I don't know why you come on my show, listen to my show, and then bitch to Rick and bitch to other people. I want nothing to do with you. I have blocked you. I have stopped talking to you because you are a nasty human being. You are angry. You cannot let things go. You cannot forgive people. And you don't like admitting when you're wrong. You asked me a question about Tony. I already spoke to Tony about it. And I told you the truth. I'm sorry you're in love with Tony and you don't want to deal with the fact that he doesn't go visit you. What do you want me to say to you? We can do this. I'm angry with Helen because Helen cannot stop. And Helen, I don't go and watch your show. I don't go and follow you around. Come on this show all the time. And you're ruining things. And I think that's what you enjoy doing. And I feel sad for you. And you can call me whatever. Baby, you can call me whatever. Honey, I have been called every name in the book, bitch. Okay. Wait, you left me a message? Tony?
No, not you. Random Rick, this is actually somebody else's broadcast that I'm on. I put all my channels on. One of the reasons I don't put a lot of my channels on because what happens is sometimes everybody don't react the way that I do. I didn't want to mess up what was going on. I didn't expect what happened to happen. So this will be on me, and I can apologize to everybody myself. I did not expect that.
Wait. No, wait. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did I do something for you? Thank you, Chris. You're
nothing.
right. Stay
You
focused.
did nothing. I got all my channels on.
I've been holding back on her for a long time. But what she did today, I would have never bothered with her. But she came on my show and wrote on my stream and called me a name. So that's why I went off on her. I'm done.
Gotcha.
I don't understand the drama involved with people from HAPS and all this crap. I really don't get it. So Tony, I apologize to you, but you know what?
I didn't say I didn't want to run it. I don't tell anybody not to come on unless they act negative against the broadcast.
And you don't think she's acting negatively against the broadcast?
I think she's giving her opinion, and I already knew what was going to happen. That's why I changed. That's why I started singing. I'm like,
so Tony, here's what I'm going to do, because this is not what I want my show to be about, baby. As much as I want you on the show, I don't want this bitch, and I'm calling you a bitch in the way that it's meant to be, on my show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her here because she's a negative human being. This woman is upset about something that happened in March when she asked us our opinion about whether or not we thought Tony was using her. So that's what she's upset about, because me and my friend Andrea told her the truth. Huh? Well, because she's in love with you and she wanted to know if she should be pursuing you. And we were like, have you ever met each other? Why didn't you go to Scotland? You know, it's sort of what I told you about in the LinkedIn thing, you know? So, and she's still bringing it up because she can't let it go. I just told him, Helen, I don't know why you think I'm hiding anything. I don't know why you think I'm so shy. Like, I've never been shy about nothing. But Tony, here's what I'm going to do. You're going to have to really rethink whether or not you want to be on a show. And I have to rethink it too. I don't want this. I don't want this woman on my show. I don't want this drama on my show. And I am going to get this upset every time she comes on here and talks bullshit because she is angry and she can't let things go. And she's a nasty human being. And I don't know what her drama is, but it's not what I want in my life. And it's not what I want this show to be about. And I'm not a big enough person to just keep ignoring her because I want to interact with people on the show. You have to not listen to all of that. No, you're right, Chris. Chris, you're right. The problem is there's a little bit of history here. And this woman is in love with Tony and she has issues because we told her what we thought about the situation. And, you know, it is what it is. I think some people need therapy and they get it on social media. I just tried to block her, but for some reason it's not working. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. She's going to keep following. Isn't that weird to have somebody who just continuously trolls, like just for attention? That's like a weird thing. I know. Rick is like, I don't want any phone calls, so I'm saying fucking nothing. That's your whole face right now. Look here's what I feel bad about is I can't do anything to help her. I also don't like her. So, and I don't want her in my life. And so, Tony, that means I don't want you on my show. I know that sounds horrible, but I think this is part of your thing and you don't take a stand. I've had this conversation with you before. You allow it because I think you like the ego boost of this woman following you around town.
What ego boost? Whoa.
Well, because someone liking you so much, you're like, she's just giving her opinion? She's not giving her opinion. She's calling me names.
I've seen people, wait a minute. Remember when you talked about giving opinions and saying what you want to say at any time and you don't care? Here's the kicker. And I've said this to her too. You can't be like that on everybody's broadcast. What pisses me off is when people come on at somebody else's show and do that shit. I don't like that. That's why I don't do it on anybody else. I know that. And I've told her like the shit more than one. That's why I just sat back. I'm like, you know what? This is going to be on her. You know why I'm not saying that? Because I told her to stop doing this for a year. People don't have to believe this out there. She going to keep doing, like you said. People have already told me she has changed accounts. She has done all that. She has done all that. This is my fault for connecting my channels. You know that she does it because
she's in love with you, right? Actually, this might be a really good conversation after all. Go ahead, baby. Rick, I'm so sorry if your phone blows up, but you already know you need to block it.
No, we're good. So far, so good.
Yeah. So people who are listening who are like, what the fuck is going on? What?
You want me to start?
I'm not asking. Look, it feels like we don't have a choice. It feels like we have to have this motherfucking conversation. It's either that or you need to get off the show and I need to go talk about something else. But we're here now. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
Look at. I guess my question is to you. It's like it's not people. This is Helen. It's not people, Tony.
She's not the only one who does this. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I've seen people do this before her, and I've told them to stop acting like this before her. Before I went through the situation where I've seen people do this, and
why are we talking about anyone else but Helen?
Because every time this happens, we only talk about that one person. I tell everybody on social media they need to stop doing this. I just talked about this entire show within a month.
This is not a global phenomenon, sweetie. I know you.
It is.
It's not in my life. In my life right now,
in
this
your
is
life,
the problem.
No. In your life, no. But I see this.
This
everywhere.
Woman is the problem.
That's why I've been quiet. I see this everywhere. That's why I've been quiet. I'm tired of telling people to do this, and people want to do it on purpose.
Wait, they do this to you all the time? I'm confused.
I didn't say me. I said I've seen this on other broadcasts. They used to do this all the time on Periscope before they were doing it on Haps.
I know, but that's a whole other thing. That's not what this show's about. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you.
My show is always was supposed to be, I guess not today, but it's always supposed to be about joy and about bringing happiness and about trying to walk through situations. It's not about this bullshittery, this crap, you know what I mean? And it's her jealousy, it's her needing to win and be right and not take any responsibility. And I'm also going to put some shit on you, which is what I always do. It's also your responsibility because you continue to allow it to happen. So
I allow it
it's
to
not
happen?
your job. Well, yeah, because instead of saying, Helen, cut the shit and having a conversation with her, you're like globally, I tell everybody. Like, how many
I've told her to
people
cut the shit more than
are
once
running
in
after
private
you and
and
doing
public.
this shit with other people? What?
I've told her to stop doing this in private and in public more than once.
So she's been doing this to other people on their shows? She does this to other people on other shows?
She's done this on other shows, yes, and she's not the only one.
Well, she needs some help. So what do you think is her issue with doing this whenever you're around? What do you think? Because every time you were around before, if you came on our show and talked on our show, then, you know, Rick would have to deal with a whole bunch of text messages or whatever. And he would never tell me about it, but I could always motherfucking tell because we'd be having our meeting and he'd be all like pissed off and shit. So here's my question. What is it that you think about you? Hey, Ash, how you doing? Ooh, bring some joy in the room.
What's up, Ash? How you doing? What's up, Ash? How you doing?
What is it that you think is about you that this comes out? What do you think's happening there?
I don't think it's me. I think it's not. Yeah, I see that. Some people just want to do this. I don't think it has anything to do with me. People can't wait to call people out on the internet.
You
And I
think
think
Helen's bullshitter? Wait. I want to be clear. You think Helen's bullshittery has nothing to do with you?
I've seen her do this with somebody else on their show. It had nothing to do with me. I've seen it.
Tony, your denial is like incredible.
I just told you the truth. You don't remember it. You don't remember it. I saw it. I've seen it.
I saw it before too because she was mad at what's his name and he was being mean. That's not what we're talking about. This is a whole other thing. Thing.
You always talk about just right now. I'm telling you, I've seen a pattern with people on more than one occasion. This is a social media. So you're saying Helen does this on other shows all the time, so she has a problem? No, I've seen it nicely all the time.
No, because you can't just admit that she has a problem. Instead, you want to make it a lot of people.
I just said I've told her about this more than once. I did say that.
Rick, we need.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Right? I know. Melanie, you're so right. You know what I mean? You know what, Helen? Rick is being quiet because you're a fucking idiot and you like to harass people and fucking send text messages to people to hurt them. And you want attention, bitch? I'm gonna give you motherfucking attention. You are so evil. You have me feeling bad for someone else I hated. Like now I realize why he went after you because you're fucking ridiculous, girl. You need therapy. You need some help, sister. You need to get some help. You are out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind to be following people who don't want to talk to you. I've blocked you on everything, bitch. Blocked you on everything. And you still are trying to sit here and have a fight with people. And you know what? I'm happy because in a way, I've needed to say this to you. I wasn't going to fucking text you and email you and all the other shit that you do to people. If you lived across the fucking street, I'd walk across the fucking street and tell you because you are a nasty human being. Nasty human being. And I wish that you get all the help and whatever love it is that you're missing in your life. I hope you receive it, honey, because you need it. You need someone to really love you, to understand what it is to have real friendships and to have real good people in your life. Because that's what you're missing, baby. You missing really good friendships. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would have been a good friend to you, but you're so stupid, you missed out. I hope, Helen, that you get whatever help you need because you really do need it. You need help. I cannot say it anymore. Andrea said it to you. We all said it to you. You need to get some real motherfucking help. And your denial and your name call isn't going to help you. You can call me whatever you want. No one's going to believe you. Nobody. Ash says people are allowed to have an opinion, but going into people's lives to create drama doesn't put light on this. It just makes the instigator look immature. Chris,
Let me
it's his
respond.
role for confirmation to him. He likes that attention. He needs to feel empty gap inside himself. Confirmation to feel okay. Chris, are you talking about Tony?
She's talking about me.
That's an interesting.
I can respond to that. I can respond to that.
Well, I don't know if she's talking about you, but it sounds like she is talking about you.
People are allowed to have an opinion, but going into people's lives to create drama doesn't put light in the situation. Just makes the instigator look immature. Ash Paul, that's why you shouldn't go up there and speak like this on social media. I've addressed this on more than one occasion, and it's one of the things I just tried to do when I was on the other platform. People told me to stop doing it because it wasn't working. I have tried to stop people from going on people's broadcasts and doing this. They don't damn stop. They do not. They want to do it. People think they can just say what they want to say, do what they want to do, speak when they want to speak, and they don't care who hears them or when they do it. That's a problem to me. I want to respond to Chris. It's not about, but you need to feel content in your own life. Chris, I'll be honest with you. I have content. I have content in my own life off of the internet, in all honesty. And I'm not being funny. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being arrogant. There are a lot of people I've known in my life before I came on the internet. A lot of people. I come up here for fun and recreation. I come up here to enjoy myself. I come up here to have conversation with folks and to not be stagnatory in the conversation. If people don't notice anything on social media, people come into conversations just to start a damn argument. What's up, Latoya? How you doing? Ash, I know where you're coming from. You good. And I'm going to be honest with you about that, Chris. Even when I've tried to end things with people or disassociate myself with people, a lot of us do still stay linked for some of the decent conversations that we have had. So when stuff like this happens, it just throws everything off, just like what Carmen's feeling right now. I don't go into people's broadcasts doing this.
Yeah, I do not. Like if I don't like somebody, I just don't go on their broadcast.
And the kicker is, it is so hard. It is so hard for some of these wannabe grown folks to not go into a conversation without starting shit or saying some shit. It's hard for people to do that. All you got to do is watch, and I watch a lot of people's broadcasts. I've been watching people's broadcasts for the past 3 years myself. I'm not just talking about people that I know. People that I've known who they know, I'll watch and I'll listen. All you got to do is pay attention to a bunch of these conversations. Just watch how it twists. People can't have decent conversations without starting a damn argument. It's mind-blowing to me. Leave it to the topic. Leave it to the conversation. Move on from that instead of being stagnatory in your words or in your comments. It's not that hard to me, but for other people it is.
I think people enjoy being able to be behind their keyboard and being nasty. You know what I mean? Because there's no real responsibility. None of these motherfucking people would ever say any of this shit to my face. Like, that's what I always think about. Like, would that person ever say shit to my face? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. Because my hood shit would come out. You know what I mean? But that's what trolling is. It's this weird, strange power behind a keyboard to be a nasty human being. If I don't like what somebody's saying and somebody, like it's happened on Ted's show, right? Ted or whatever, they'll start talking about something and I'm like, I'm out. I just leave. I don't even say I'm leaving because I'm mad or I don't like it. I'm out.
I just don't watch it anymore. If I don't like the show, I don't watch it no more. If I don't like it, I don't even comment on it. But people can't do that. People cannot do that. That's what's mind blowing to me.
They don't entertain crazy encounters. No, then don't entertain. You're right, Chris. Ash said agreed. If I don't like someone, I don't want to be around them, and I'm not going to demean myself by acting up. Thank you. Go ahead, girl. Melanie said, does anyone watch TV, not like the program, and yell at the TV instead of changing the channel? Just curious. Melanie, that was good. Just change the channel, right? Instead of screaming at the TV. I like that. It's actually really good. Chris just said, just food for thought, slow down, pray to God for clarity. You can eliminate some of this. No, you're absolutely right. You know what? I got upset, and I think it's because it's been a long time coming. What's been really good is that person hasn't been coming on my show. I'm sure they've been watching it because, this is what some weird people do. But, it's been fine. I think this was kind of, I had to say what I had to say, and I'm kind of glad I did. Like, I got it out of my system. But you're absolutely right. I wish I was kind of bigger than that, ignoring. But it's really hard to, like, either I'm going to ignore everyone in the chat or I'm going to be talking to everybody in the chat, right? And Rick did a really good job of teaching me to talk to people in the chat. So I kind of had to address that. I have people blocked all over on all my things. So I guess that person was able to come on because Tony was connected to them.
I have my channels on, so that's my fault. So I can apologize to you and everybody up here.
It's not
I will tell you. I got you. Let me tell you this. You can take the chat off the screen so you ain't got to see it like that. And it can be backstage and not up in front of everybody.
No, because I want to see my people. I'm not.
That's why I used to keep mine on. I agree. That's why I used to keep mine on.
I'm not going to do that. All these other good people are giving me spirit. Chris and Ash and Melanie and there were a couple other people who are giving like beautiful, uplifting things that are reminding me, that are keeping me in a better space. And Cynthia, you know what I mean? So no, we have a lot. This is the highest. See, swearing and yelling at people gets you so many viewers. Okay.
And I can't get the Maya Angelou quote out of my head: when someone shows you who they are.
Ooh, believe them. Believe them, baby. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. The devil plays on your lust, whatever it is, he will march ahead. Just know. Mm-hmm.
I try to behave on Carmen's show for everybody. For those that don't know, I do try to behave up here, but I had to go get my beer.
You can have your beer because I want a beer right now too. Yeah. No,
Cheers.
It's okay with you drinking. What wasn't good, what Tony used to do back in the day was he would eat like fried chicken. There it is. And then he'd be like flossing. And I was like, okay. And he'd be on other people's shows, so it was fine. But I was like, please don't. Please don't.
Yes, you did, Latoya. Yes,
I walked into a war zone. Yeah, but we got you. You safe, girl. You safe. Look,
I'm going to just keep my channels off.
I'm not going to apologize for being angry because I think I had a right to be angry. I do apologize for anyone's ears who might have not liked some of the verbiage I used, know where I come from. So
yes,
thank you for all of you who have been here.
Maybe we'll get a sponsorship and I can stay on the show. Somebody from Dental Floss will sponsor All About the Joy with your boy.
You get a sponsorship, baby. We all gonna be flossing.
When you poke a hornet's nest, what happens?
They come out.
Don't be poking a hornet's nest if you don't want.
Honestly, I do want to throw this out there for people on social media. You got to stay away from being exaggeratory in conversations. I really do try my best to live that way when I do broadcast. As crazy as I am, as reckless as I am, and even with the people that I broadcast with, I do not try to come on there and be exaggeratory. What you want to do is be contributory to the conversation over exaggeratory to a conversation. If you remember that, you'll see social media in a much better light than how it is being stereotyped, especially on the news and in people's lives.
I love social media. Melanie said there is someone who doesn't like me, doesn't want me following them, yet they follow me on another account, which is I rarely use. Exactly.
See, Melanie?
All about the joys of proud sponsor of flossing. We're not. Don't encourage him. Yeah. Look at. Here's the thing. I think it was Chris who said it earlier. Look, there's always going to be trolls. That's not what this. I want to be really clear. This is not some random troll. This is a long-standing, ridiculous situation with someone who is connected to Tony. And they've never been able to come on the show because I blocked them a long time ago. And they hate me because I told them what I thought about her relationship with Tony, whatever. So this isn't just a troll. This is someone who, if anything, if you're religious at all, whatever you believe in, I'm sending them joy and hope. I mean, I cussed her out because she needed to be cussed out and I needed to let that out. But I still praying for her. I still wish her the well. Rick, have I ever once wished ill will on that woman? Never. I always want her to find her way and to figure it out. And the anger towards me, here's the irony. The anger she has towards me and Andrea, which somehow Andrea was thrown into this, by the way. Andrea, who doesn't know her from a hole in the wall. But the reason why she's angry is we told her a truth that she didn't want to hear, but she asked us about it. So we said the truth. And it's been months. It's been, when was it, Rick? March?
It's been a while, yeah.
I haven't talked to her since, but she's angry about it.
A lifetime ago.
this is someone who needs prayers and love and joy and good juju or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? Like good, beautiful spirits. I wish her well.
She said good juju.
Whatever it is, right? Well, juju, right? Isn't that what it is? Juju, like, isn't juju good juju? Stuff?
But I guarantee you, when you get negative people out of your life is going to be so much better. And I had to learn that the hard way.
Oh, yes, you did. I'm glad you learned it, though.
Sure did.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm already exhausted. Look we wasted 50. I'm trying
Chandler Bing would have handled this better.
Who?
Saying. Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing, yeah. I didn't really want. Oh my God, I have too many text messages. There are people texting me who are like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Girl, call me later. Explain.
I know, right? Well, what's so funny is I had an agent reach out to me while I was away, which is very interesting. So I hope he's not watching the show, but I have a feeling he is watching the show because he was interested in having a conversation with me. And so in my head, a part of me is like, so well, now you can see the full flavor of All About the Joy, all the sides. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
All the flavor, all the salt, all the pepper, all the seasons.
I think
all of it.
I think Chandler would have been like, "Go away."
I know, right? I know. But yeah, I was sad about Matthew Perry too. I didn't, I did not watch Friends on a regular basis.
How many people are impacted by his death? I'm surprised how many people are impacted by his death.
Did you watch it regularly?
No.
Did you watch it regularly?
I was normally at work.
Not regularly, but I saw a lot of episodes. So I definitely appreciate the characters. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we all know who Friends are or whatever. And I think what's really cool is the newer generation, like my niece, Juliana, she's obsessed with Friends. So, 15 years old, they all love that show. And Cynthia, I knew you would love that show. It's not that I didn't love this show. I think I was more of a Seinfeld person, but it was always must see. What was it? It was like Thursday nights or something. Must see TV or something.
Must see TV. And I was normally at work during those hours during the 90s. I was at work.
Oh, you worked at night back then. Wow. Is that when you were in the military?
When I started in the military, when I used to work at the dog track in Alabama, we always worked like a swing shift schedule. It was over like 2:30 to midnight at least.
Oh, right. Right.
So I was always at work, and I was Sunday and Thursday was my night off, and Friday and Saturday were the busy nights. So
I think the reason why this is just my opinion, because, even I felt bad. I think it's because he had so many struggles with his alcohol and drug addiction. We wanted him to win.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think no matter what happened or why he passed away, right? When they do the talks, it doesn't matter. I think there's a part of us that always wants to see the person who's trying so hard to beat something to actually win. And so for him to pass away is heart-wrenching to us.
He was saying it was hard for him to try to watch the show because he could just look and see like, oh, I was doing alcohol then. I was doing pills then, by how skinny he was, by how not skinny he was. It was like, wow. Hello, Coty. But it was Coty. And he's only a year older than me. That's the part that freaks me out when somebody dies close to my age. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I just felt bad. I was shocked at how many people were, I think what Tony just said, I felt bad that people were so many people were impacted by his death, but it's international. Like,
and I watched,
I didn't know that.
I watched the movie with him and Selma Hayek, Fools Rush In.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie. Yeah, that was a cute movie. That's a good one. That's a cute romantic comedy.
Anyway, I didn't feel the impact everybody else did, but I understand it. So rest in peace to him. In all honesty.
Yeah,
in all honesty,
for sure.
The same way I say a lot of celebrities.
Question, is there any addiction? Like, do any of you have an addiction that you want to share? Like, I have an addiction to, I won't lie, chocolate cake. I can't stop. Okay, I don't mean an addiction like him, but I was just saying, like, it was so interesting. I started thinking about all the things, like I don't have a very addictive personality, but I can't resist certain things. Is there something you have an addiction to in a lighthearted way,
I have a hard time resisting. Chocolate chip cookies for me.
Really? From a certain place or any chocolate chip cookie?
Any. I
mean, me too. Chocolate cake don't matter. Someone said to me, "Do you prefer cupcakes or slice?" I'm like, doesn't matter.
As long as the word cake is in there, we're good.
Cake is in there. All that matters. Tony, what were you saying? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are your addictions?
Money, food, sex, smoking, alcohol, traveling. Yes.
Money? You're addicted to money?
I don't like being broke. I've been broke on more than one occasion.
I mean,
So
that's
my
not an
focus is to make
addiction.
it is an addiction. It's when you don't worry about it and you have a situation where you need it and nobody will help you, it will change you. So for me, I got go make money.
Okay.
Even where
Okay,
I'm at
that's
right now, I'm at a conference for the union on my job, and it's kind of covered. I wasn't going to come. I wasn't going to be able to come if it wasn't covered. So I'm up here. We're teaching each other. We're helping each other. This is actually fun. When I go to work, I normally work overtime. I've had a lot of emergencies in my life to where the first thing people will tell you is you should have planned better or you should have saved up more. So my full focus, and I will say, it's like an addiction. You got to focus on that. Now, if I'm wrong on that aspect, let me go ahead and throw it out there. I got a heavy addiction to sugar. I will eat any and every type of candy. Well, I ain't gonna say any and every type, but I love my hot tamales, my Mike and Ike's, my red hots, my lemon heads, cherry heads, the
Oh my
apple
God, when he
heads,
said
the
hot
chewy.
tamale, I didn't think he meant the candy.
Yeah,
I
it
said
took me a
candy.
second
Like,
too.
I got confused.
Oh, no.
Confusion. Look,
You love Halloween, then. Halloween's your favorite.
look, he
When
said
I
they
give
at
the candy out
Disney.
at the door, I will swap candy with the kids. They'll be like, trick or treat. I'm like, what y'all looking for? This is what I got.
Wow.
These are the ones we don't want. And
That's
we
just
swap. We swap.
cruel.
It's fun.
That is
No, it's not
funny.
because they
That's
have
just
fun with it.
wrong.
No, it isn't. They have fun. They have fun with it. They don't want
Teaching them
chocolates.
to negotiate.
Yes.
I also sent you guys a message about, we're into the last 2 months of the year, right? So it's November, December. And I was wondering, what do you want to accomplish in the next 2 months?
Just to get my finances more in order than it is. And I'm slowly but surely working on it. So
That's cool. Chris said sugar. I did that for a few years. You quit sugar? That's hard. Quitting sugar is hard.
I actually did a fast on myself one year for Lent, and because I'm born and raised Catholic, so we do Lent. I quit every sugar habit I had. That means candy, gum, tea, sweet foods, cold cereal. I just didn't do it for 45 days.
When I was sick last week, I had no appetite. And when I don't have an appetite, I just simply won't eat. I didn't eat for 5 days and I lost 10 pounds.
Yeah, but that's not a good way to lose weight.
Oh, I know. I know that.
That's a bad thing. Being sick and losing weight is not a wish for anybody. Yeah, you know what? I don't even try to. I don't try to eliminate anything. Like, I'm never gonna not eat sugar. I can't even think about that. It's so weird.
Take a break. It'll help you. It will do something. When I did a detox, the first thing
I've never done a diet in my life.
I know, but if you ever do a detox, one of the first things they'll tell you was avoid sugars. And there's 5 different types of sugars. I thought there was only 4. I didn't even know. There's 5 different types of sugars. I was like, okay.
The only time I stopped eating something was when I had to have the first colonoscopy. That was the only time I ever did anything like where you have to
save that conversation because I had to have.
I know, I'm just saying, but like I don't have a thing.
One of the worst times because I couldn't eat like I wanted to. I was losing my mind.
We were all cracking on Tony. We were all cracking on Tony all day. I remember that.
Oh, I don't remember this. He did it on Haps?
It must have been on Haps, yeah.
Really?
No? I think we might have been on Haps. Yeah, I'm going through it and they were like, what's going on? I said, I can't eat. They told me don't go to work. I had this big ass jug full of that fluid. I was like, okay, this is it. They said, I said, should I go to work? They said, no, don't go to work. I said, okay. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'll be all right.
Yeah, no.
You are correct. I actually told them I'm so mad that as much as I was in the bathroom, I didn't leave 2 days later with a body like Captain America. I said, this is bullshit. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going to the bathroom this much. And I don't have a 6-pack looking like Lex Luger. I was like, I was pissed, but I couldn't eat. And all you could do was drink that fluid. So when I finally did have it, I'm going to tell you this story. This is going to be funny. I don't care. I went to the doctor and I'm sitting here like, waiting. They were like, are you ready to go? I said, you have no idea. So they told me to put the robe on. I'm already mad I got to wear the robe because everybody know where the hospital robe is. It's open in the back. And I told them, y'all better hurry up because I'm clinching and I don't know how long this is going to be for. You better get one of them absorbent pads on. You better get one of them absorbent pads over there because when I go to sleep, I won't be tense. He said, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So I'm laying on the table and I'm looking around, right? The doctor said, what's wrong with you? I said, I'm counting all you motherfuckers because if I wake up and I don't feel right, I want to know who the hell I got to go after.
Whose ass do I have to kick? Like literally.
And for
Chris
everybody out
said
there
it's
who has
hard,
never
but
had
it was
one,
weird. I started it due to another indulgence that I stopped. I shifted, but then I realized and stopped the alternative. No, listen, I props to you on the sugar thing. I have other friends who've stopped sugar and dairy, whatever. I've just never done any of the things. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna do it. Unless a doctor
watch this
tells me
movie called What the Health. I stopped drinking milk after watching What the Health.
I'm not a big milk drinker. I drink almond milk
I used
like
to
in
be.
my cereal or whatever, but I've never been a big milk person. Although don't give
I
me
used to be
fake
a
ice
cold
cream.
cereal.
Like if I'm gonna eat ice cream, I want regular ice cream. You know what I mean? But I'm not a big ice cream person.
I remember the question now. Is there any new update as far as SAG-AFTRA?
They're still negotiating. They had a really good conversation. So we get notifications every day from Fran Dresser and from the SAG committee telling us where they're at. So they still haven't finalized anything, but hopefully they're going to come. I feel like it's close. It seems like the sticking conversation right now is about AI. That's what my gut says in the stuff that I was reading. But I feel like we're so close. And I really hope that the strike is over with. So many people have been out of work. It's not just the actors, but yes, all of these actors have been out of work, but it's all the crews and all the producers and it goes all the way down. It hits marketing. It hits all the restaurants when you go film somewhere. So it really is, I think, starting to affect people. So I hope, woohoo! Hope and pray that this happens. Hopefully soon. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I want it to be. You know what I mean? I wanted to read one thing that I thought was interesting because, and then we're going to stop it. So I read this in the paper this morning. On Sunday, Gary Hobish, 70, collapsed during a weekly swing dance gathering in Golden Gate Park here in Northern California. His friend Tim O'Brien raced to the nearby DeYoung Museum in search of a defibrillator, pleading with the staff member to let him use the life-saving device. The staffer checked with his boss and delivered a firm answer. The defibrillator was not to leave the building. Mr. O'Brien returned empty-handed and Mr. Hobish died. So this museum is getting a lot of backlash. It's called DeYoung Museum.
It's about to become the old museum.
The old ass museum, right? I was shocked that the staff person went and asked somebody if they could use it. Like, don't you think that's weird? But I read that because I think it's kind of a microcosm of what I think our country is in right now. We're in a really weird place. But imagine your grandfather, your father, your brother, whatever it is, 70 years old, died because somebody wouldn't help him.
Yeah. That's insane.
Isn't that weird?
But if the owner was off site, they would have been like, yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't even make any sense to me. Was the staff person young and didn't know? To me, it doesn't matter. How young could you be working at a museum? Let's say you're 18. I'm sure they weren't, but let's say you're 18. Have we gotten to a place in our lives that someone is asking for a defibrillator? That means somebody is having a heart moment. They are about to die. Like, I don't care how old you are. You save a person's life. Yes, Chris, I think we're in a bad place. And I think I wanted to read that to bring that up.
Chris is correct. Now, the thing with the defibrillators is you have to be certified to use them.
No, the whole point of the defibrillator is that they're easy enough to help anyone. So they're always around. They're
got to be certified to use them, but you got to be certified to use them. I got to get training on it. If
somebody came to me and asked for a defibrillator, I would give it to them to try to help. Because what's the worst thing that can happen? The person could die. So,
but if they die, you get sued.
Okay, but Tony, do you see? Okay, but here's my point. You doing exactly what I'm afraid of. I don't want to get sued, so I'm not going to try to help someone.
I'm with you. You can do CPR without the defibrillator.
No, the reason why we have a defibrillator is so that we can try to help someone who's having a heart issue. That's the whole point of having them around.
I understand.
They're everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point. Should you know how to use one? Yes. Should you? Right. Mm-hmm. The person went to ask for one because he knew his friend was dying. Yeah. here's my thing.
If I get fired for saving
know,
somebody's life, then fire me.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm having a heart issue or you think I'm dying, I want you to do everything you can to try to save me, okay? And I'll put it out there in public. I will not sue you if I die.
We have it on record.
We have it on record now. I just think we're in a bad place. I remember when we valued life so much.
Right.
That you wouldn't question something, or we wouldn't even be having an argument. Can you? Could you have to? Don't you have to be certified? The whole reason why defibrillators are around is because they're so easy to use, right?
Agreed.
And by the way, doing CPR is very different now than when we were growing up, where you were breathing in people's mouths. Like, I don't think people have been certified in a long time. You don't do that anymore, right? You just do the compressions on the chest. You do not breathe in someone's mouth anymore. Go ahead. You don't breathe in people's mouths anymore.
You get a face mask thing. I just had a training this year.
I know. But Tony, if me and you were out hanging out, do you have a face mask to put on me? That's what I'm saying.
Now, at least with a defibrillator, you don't break nobody's ribs either.
Right. You don't break anybody's ribs. Does watching every episode of Emergency qualify me to
Yes, I certify you right now.
If it does, Melanie, if it does, I watch Emergency, ER, Code Red, all of that. Man.
Is Emergency even on anymore?
Yeah, in the old TV channels,
What's that?
Cynthia, thank you. Cynthia works in a hospital. Correct compression only. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, because you don't put your mouth to another person's mouth anymore. Anyways, I just wanted to mention that. Like, I just feel like we're in a really weird place, and there's so much hate and anger, and I just exhibited all of mine in the beginning of this podcast. So clearly we all have a lot of work to do with our own selves as well. I'm going to say good night to everyone. Can you hear us?
Yes, my AirPods died. Oh. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by to a fantastic and crazy show.
Great numbers.
Great numbers. You know what? I'm just going to start the show off every week screaming at somebody. I guess that's what I should do. I should just start yelling and screaming and, like, just getting really gang and ghetto-fied or whatever, like back in the day, and get our numbers up. And look at, people are still here, so that's good. It's really weird. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate you all. I missed you. And yeah, we'll do it again next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks for stopping by. All about the joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.